Welcome to the second episode of the Core Update. We're so excited about doing these web shows. We're so excited about keeping you up to date with everything that has happened and everything that's going to happen in the future with the Core Student Ministries. So thank you for clicking that little play button and joining us today. Remember, this is going to happen every Tuesday, so you're not going to want to miss them. We've got a lot of really exciting, really awesome stuff coming up in the next few weeks. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but what I want to do first is I kind of want to recap on last week. So last week was just such a good week, and I was really excited because I had been just asking Javi, hey, when are you going to preach? When are you going to preach? When are you going to preach? I want you to be able to have an opportunity to speak to the students, and last week was that week. And so he shared about Moses and about how Moses was not alone, because everything that Moses did, everywhere that Moses went, he would not go anywhere, would not do anything without saying, God, I'm not going anywhere unless you go with me. Right. And it's really, really cool story. And for me, there was one thing that you said that just really stuck out to me. I mean, and I've held on to it, and I pretty much, I've woken up kind of every morning and kind of made this a prayer. This is what you said. You said, when you're at home, your son doesn't just want to be in the same house as you.
Right.
He wants to be in the same room with you, and in the same place, right next to you, walking with you. And that really stuck with me, because a lot of times I feel like there are people out there, myself included, I can get in this mode or this frame of mind where I'm like, God, I know you're real, I know you exist, I know you're all around, and I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. But it's something totally different to say, God, I don't want to just be in the same room with you. God, I know you're here, and that's cool. But God, I want to be right next to you. I want to be with you. So I know I personally have been waking up saying, God, today, I don't want to just be in the same house as you. God, I want to be in the same room with you. I want to be in your close presence. I want to be in close proximity to you, God. And so, that for me was a highlight of last week, of the message that you brought in. And I know I was encouraged. I know our students were encouraged. And so it was really, really good, really powerful time we had. Worship's been awesome the last few weeks.
Oh,
worship's been really good.
Worship has been amazing. If you all haven't felt the presence of God during worship, then I don't know what y'all are doing during worship. But man, it's been there. It's here. It's here. I can't explain it. Worship is.
And I think for me too, it's so cool to see. There was a season and a time where it was mostly led by adults or by adult leaders or helpers. And it's really cool to see students now getting involved in our youth worship team and just giving of their time and pouring their hearts out in that area. And so I'm super, super just excited about what God is doing in that area too. So anyways, that was last week's message. What did y'all talk about on the Surge this week?
The Search this week, we're talking about, we started a series 3 weeks ago about transitions. First week we talked about Elijah. Second week we talked about Esther. And then this last week we talked about John the Baptist. And we're just talking about transitions, how God took him from being close to nobody to being one of the main people in their era or whatever ministry they were doing with. And this last week, we talked about John the Baptist and how people described him as weird, or nowadays he could be described as weird because of how he dressed,
back then too,
what he ate back then too. Just because you ate insects BC doesn't mean you can do it now. But so it was pretty cool to tell the students that, sometimes, people will label you as weird, but God still has a plan for you.
Yeah.
Being weird sometimes not necessarily is a bad thing. And we saw that with John the Baptist again. He was categorized as weird. People, had a perception about him, but yet God led him to be one of the most powerful leaders of his time again. And like I was telling the students, he got the chance to baptize Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because people called him weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I would want to be called weird.
And I think here's the thing. There are some people that they're just weird. that does exist in the world. Like, so if you're just a weirdo, we're not saying that's okay. Okay, don't be weird. Okay, but there's a difference between being weird, like literally you're just weird, and being set apart and the world viewing that as weird because you're different, because you don't do the things that the world does, or because you operate differently. That is being set apart by God, and that's what we're called to as Christians, as believers. And so
and that's what I told the students. I was like, if you guys are weird because you all don't go out with your friends to do the things that they're doing, if you all are weird because you don't, go to parties or do whatever it is that they're doing, that's not necessarily a bad thing. People will label you weird because you don't fit in with the crowd. But I told the students, and I prayed this over them, help us, God, help us be someone in your eyes, not someone in someone else's eyes. Let us be someone in your eyes. Let us be someone worthy of your presence, and let us just be able to encounter you. And if that makes us weird, then I don't know about you, but I want to be weird. By encountering God's presence all the time, by setting me apart, kind of like you were talking about earlier, Moses, he said that the presence of God set him apart from everybody else. To some people, that's weird. Like, why is he praying all the time? Why is he fasting all the time? Why is he always reading his Bible? That's weird. Is it really weird? Think about the things that are really weird. Think about the things that are really not, that are just getting you closer to what God has for you. And everybody has a path. Everybody has a path. And God has a plan for everybody. But we can go on hours and just talking about that. But we're gonna time it out.
Take a time out. We'll come back to that. Maybe another episode as y'all continue that series.
Well, actually, we are, which is why they should come to the core. Come to the search.
We want to take time right now to just push pause and invite you. Remember, we have our Wednesday night services, the Core Student Ministries. We meet every Wednesday. A lot of people think that we meet during Connect Group season and then we don't meet when Connect Groups are over. That's not true. No. We meet through the entire year, and the doors open at 6, and we're here. The service ends at 8 o'clock, but a lot of times people want to stay and hang out till 8:30, and we love that. We love being able to just hang out and get to just live a little bit of life with you and spend time with you. So students 7th through 12th grade, that's on Wednesday nights. The doors open at 6, and then we're usually here till about 8:30. So that's awesome. Sunday mornings, the Surge is meeting. That is for middle school students, okay? It's 7th through 8th grade, right?
7th through 8th grade.
7th through 8th grade. 7th through 8th grade students in room 100. Room 100 is the room that's right over by the offices. In that, I call it the left entrance of the church. I know people say north, south, east, west. I don't know what that is. So if you're if you're coming through the front doors of the church, room 100 is all the way to the left.
And all the way to the left.
So it's
right in front of the main office. Where you'll see a big window.
I always get confused about.
It's the west side. I think never eat sour watermelon. Yeah, it'll be the west side.
Is it sour watermelons or soggy waffles? I know we're getting off track here, but I feel like this is important. Like
sour. I learned it as sour watermelon.
Okay, we'll go with that. Soggy waffles, sour watermelons.
Kind of like the planets.
Okay.
My very energetic mother just served us 9 pizzas.
Dude, I don't even. Now you're getting way out there.
Let's take a time out.
Here's the trivia question. Here's your trivia question in honor of what Hobby just did. Your trivia question for this week for your tribe students. If you come up to me and you name all the planets, there's 9 of them, you said? If you can name all the planets this week, then your tribe will get 5,000 points. I don't even know how we got there, so we're just going to keep on going, keep on moving. We've got some announcements for you now that we just want to keep you up to date with the things that are going on here in the future at the Core. So, Javi, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on these next few weeks?
Yes. The first thing is the Valentine's Banquet. That's happening Friday, February the 10th. Okay, that's going to take place at 6:30. That's going to be here in the Activity Center at church. Students, make sure to start promoting this event around school, around here at church, your parents. I said it last week. I'll say it again. To your grandpa, grandma, tito, tita, cha-cha, whatever you have, whatever you call, whatever it is, bring them over. Again, remember that this banquet is to fundraise events for you guys to be able to go to camp later on this summer. Also, we need you guys to sign up for childcare that night.
That's the biggest part. That's the.
This year we're moving away a little bit from the skits that we've done years prior. So this year we're focusing a lot more on childcare. We are expecting a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
With that come a whole bunch of little children walking around, little just chaos walking around. So we want you all to help us take care of that. Now we will provide dinner for y'all in some way. Whether it's a pizza that we order, whether it's the same food that we're serving everybody else, but we will take care of y'all. But we do need your help for that night with childcare. Also door greeting, or any other type of area that you might want to help in, come talk to us. We'll get you on the right path. But right now, the main thing that we're focusing on is childcare. Also, this Saturday, we have our youth comedy event. We're going to have guest speaker Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor Johnson, he's going to be here. It's happening live here in the Activity Center. It's happening from 12 p.m. to 2 in the afternoon. So it's this Saturday, the 28th. So tell your parents, if they want to come, they can come, but it's for you guys. It's for youth. So you guys come on over. It is a free event, but feel free to bring in any offerings, any donations that you want to give towards Taylor Johnson's ministry. And man, it's going to be good this Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm believing that we're going to have a great time. Again, this Saturday, the 28th, you don't want to miss it.
That's from 12 to 2.
Yes, from 12 to 2. Yeah, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., not 12 midnight to 2 in the morning. That's too late. And I don't know if you want to talk to them a little bit about what you had spoken about maybe about 3-4 weeks ago. We're going to start that discipleship track.
We're starting some growth track classes, not the youth ministry, the church, and it's going to give people an opportunity to just grow deeper in their relationship with God, to better connect with God, and to better connect with our church and understand how we as a church operate, what we believe, and they're going to be very good classes to really build a foundational faith, a solid framework of faith to grow on. And so we're really excited about these discipleship tracks, growth tracks, leadership tracks. They're going to be really good. Part of that is, though, those are going to meet at the church, and they're going to need childcare. And so there is an opportunity for students to raise money for youth camp, and you will earn credit towards your youth camp cost, which is $260. You'll earn credit towards your youth camp cost each night that you're able to come and help provide childcare. Now, you'll have to be background checked, as do all of our children's ministry volunteers, but that's no cost to you. That's something the church takes care of. But you'll be background checked. You will be put on a list. You sign up. You're put on a list, and then basically what's going to happen is you will get a phone call with well enough in advance to where you know, okay, this is my week to be there, and you'll be put on a rotation. And then those days that you work, you are able to then take that as credit for your youth camp costs. So you could actually, it's another way to raise funds for camp. You could significantly decrease the cost of camp to yourself this year. So I'm really excited about this, but we need you to sign up, okay?
Or your parents will sign you up. Trust me, they will.
Yeah. Parents watching this, sign your students up. This is a great way for you to save some money on your camp. So both of these events, we need all of the help that we can get, and this is a great opportunity for you to make some money and raise money towards your camp. So are there any other announcements?
I don't think so. I think those are those announcements are the main ones that are coming up they're right around the corner. So no, I think the announcements, we're good for this week.
Okay.
As far as that goes.
Other than those things, don't forget about youth camp. Be signing up for that. We're going to start taking payments very, very soon because we need to. Because we got to. If we don't pay camp by a certain time, then there's late fees and there's all kind of and nobody wants that. So we're going to start taking payments and raising money for that really, really shortly. As we close, I remembered something that somebody shared with me. I got a text. It was actually during the Wild Game Dinner. And I checked my phone, and it was a teacher from one of the local high schools. and he said, "Hey, Pastor, pray for us because there was I think he said it was the principal or assistant principal had told one of the students that they could not openly carry their Bible at school." And so that really, like, it kind of messed with me a little bit. You know what I mean? And so I say that, and I don't want to give the name of the school or the name of the administrator or the teacher or anything like that. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is so that we can pray about it. I want to just encourage you, pray for our students, pray for our schools. I mean, it sounds, I don't want to make it sound over dramatic, but there are students that are under attack for their faith. And so we really need to lift up our students, lift up our schools, pray for godly leadership, but also pray for students and for teachers that are believers, that are bold enough to stand up for what they believe in, but to do so in a way that both honors God and honors the authority in their lives.
Exactly.
So be praying for them. Be praying for our schools and all of that. And I don't know why, as we were doing this episode, I just thought of that. But that, I know it's a little bit more of a serious close than what we would like to do. But I heard that, and I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to just get the word out there, to pray for our schools, pray for what God is doing there. So,
and it's important. It's important to let the students know that they're. You know, I think you and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. We think that our students and even our children, you and I being dads, we think they're in this bubble. But no, they're exposed to so many things nowadays that we have to find ways to tell them that, you know, these things are happening.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, other countries, they're actually, you know, Christians are going through persecution. Now, hopefully this doesn't happen in this country, but it all started with something small like that, with just, you can't carry your Bible. You can't carry this.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. So for so long, we've taken that so much for granted that, you know, we need to come together in prayer as people, as children of God, as brothers and sisters in Christ, and just pray for one another. So guys, we encourage you, pray for each other, pray for your family, pray for your friends, pray for this nation, this country, this city, your community. We need to stick together, and we'll see how God's hand is just going to come and just help us all out. So,
so
like you said, more serious ending than...
Yeah, well, but I think it's good. And on that note, if you have any other prayer requests, or if you have any questions or suggestions about this web show that we're doing, please email us. Let us know how we can pray with you, or let us know how we can make this better. So we know we don't have a perfect formula yet. We might not ever get there, but we're sure going to keep trying. So if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let us know. Javier at gscconnect.com.
Yes.
Rick at gscconnect.com. You can email us with those comments, suggestions, or even prayer requests. So we'd love to be praying with you. But I think other than that, that's it. That's our show for this week.